What up, everybody of Twitch? Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, including myself, this is Marlon here. This is episode 3 of Kingdom Hearts 2. And although this is not Kingdom Hearts right now, this is the weather. So we're just only going to be spending about 10 minutes in the first part of the first 10 minutes of the stream, which will last from 6 to 8 p.m. And then we'll get back to the game, and then call it a day in terms of gaming up until 7:20, and then for the remaining 40 or so minutes, it'll be the national weather discussion. That's what I've been doing so far, folks, and right now I'm getting into things, and hopefully as soon as we end up getting into the summer months, I'm gonna try to get myself into demo reel mode, or behind the green screen, whatever you want to call it. But I am gonna be behind the green screen, but it's not gonna be immediately. But it's more of an experiment, just so you know, folks. Now, what are we doing right now? Well, right now, let's talk about what's going on throughout the country. And we got 71 active weather alerts. So basically, there are. So if you guys haven't noticed, there are actually 13 storm-based active weather alerts, 8 non-precipitation weather alerts, 49 hydro weather alerts, and 1 fire weather alert. So that means that we do have 1 severe thunderstorm warning in North Carolina, 3 special marine warnings, but 2 of them are out of the contiguous United States, and only 1 of them is in Virginia. 7 special weather statements in Kentucky, North Carolina, California, Virginia, and 2 flash flood warnings are in Canada. Now let's go to the 8 non-precipitation ones. 2 high wind warnings. I think they won't even list specifically. This is new to me. There is 1 extreme heat warning somewhere, and 5 air quality alerts somewhere, though. There are 49 flood warnings, which is different from flash flood warnings, just so you know, folks. They won't even go into specifics. And 1 red flag warning somewhere in the United States. But other than that, how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Let's start off in the Northeast, where I've slowed down the animation right now, folks, because it's been bothersome for me to let it speed up. But other than that, there's been plenty of rains throughout much of the Northeast, and that includes much of upstate New York, New England. Much of half of Maine has been dry throughout the past 3 hours. There's been raining. There are plenty of scattered showers and storms coming from Pennsylvania, racing through New Jersey, and even parts of Long Island, and through the greater New York City area. There are 2 special marine warnings off the Jersey Shore and off of the Delmarva Peninsula. There's a cold front that's swinging through New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, the Hudson Valley, northern New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, central Maryland, northern Virginia, West Virginia, and then towards Kentucky and Indiana, which is responsible for all this what's going on, folks, in terms of wet weather. There are plenty of streams of showers and thunderstorms from Pennsylvania to the Jersey Shore and the Delmarva Peninsula, rest of Maryland, West Virginia, and Kentucky, going into Virginia and North Carolina. Plenty of flood warnings in Parkersburg. There is 1 severe thunderstorm warning in central eastern North Carolina, along with a special weather statement there. They're just located just just south of Raleigh, with plenty of lines of thunderstorms present. South Carolina and Georgia, they're in the clear right now, but Florida, well, you're getting some scattered showers right now, just lines of showers and a few storms passing through anywhere south of the I-4 corridor and through parts of South Florida, but much of the action is just north of Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach and Naples. But there's a cold front that is from Maine, but it's offshore and then swinging towards South Florida and then to the Gulf of Mexico. So let's take a look at elsewhere. Tennessee, much of Tennessee is clear, along with Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas. Yet they still have flood warnings present because of some storms that have lingered there, with many of the riverbanks that's that's still flooded from previous storms. That includes eastern Texas. Yet southern Texas is experiencing some spotty showers and thunderstorms there, including outside the San Antonio area, and as well as near Marfa and parts of the panhandle of Texas. But elsewhere throughout the Lone Star State's clear, along with much of Oklahoma. Now let's check on the Ohio Valley. There's been pop-up thunderstorms in Kentucky, spreading southeastward towards the Carolinas and Mid-Atlantic. There are two special weather statements that are in southeastern Kentucky and southwestern Virginia. And there's been clear skies throughout the rest of the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region, as well as the northern plains. But in the central plains, like the eastern Nebraska, there are plenty of pop-up thunderstorms that are occurring right now. As you can see, as the loop plays out in the past 3 hours, thunderstorms are present west of Omaha, north of Lincoln, and just some stray showers and clouds throughout parts of Kansas. Northern Rockies, well, you're not getting much in the Northern Rockies, folks. I mean, it's clearing out. Now let's take a look at Colorado, where Colorado, they are experiencing plenty of spotty showers and storms there. And there's also a special weather statement there just southwest of the city of Denver, with thunderstorms there, small hail, damaging winds there. And they're moving eastward. It appears as though that they may be moving towards Denver, through the Rockies and into Colorado Springs. And pop-up thunderstorms are occurring in the southern part of Utah and central Nevada. But yet there are areas of pink, as you can see, folks, not only in southern and western Nevada, but also in eastern California too. As a result, let's check what we got. Well, there is an extreme heat warning in Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is. So that means it's best to stay indoors or areas where you can cool off, like air-conditioned places. But elsewhere, it's not really safe for you guys if you're there. Well, let's check on other special weather alerts. A red flag warning. It's located in around the Carson City, Lake Tahoe, Reno part of Nevada, where it's very dry, as you can tell. I mean, they need the rain, so you know, folks. I mean, the desert Southwest is getting plenty of storms right now as a result of the moisture that's occurring in places that come from the Baja, coming from the Gulf of California. Plenty of pop-up showers and storms throughout New Mexico. Scattered clouds and showers and a few storms throughout various parts of Arizona, and as well as coastal southern California, and as well as the Sierra Nevadas. Yet two special weather statements there are in Yosemite National Park, indicating there are some thunderstorms, but be very mindful of any dry lightning that may occur there, because that may constitute some wildfires there. In the Pacific Northwest, there are showers throughout the western part of Washington State. Plus, well, actually, there were scattered showers in Astoria, Oregon, and then they move east towards the Cascades. Yet there is one. Well, I don't know if I want to call it a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, it's not a severe thunderstorm warning, folks. It's actually a high wind warning. So you can tell, this is the place. High wind warning is located in the center part of the state. Well, we'll talk about that once we're done playing with Kingdom Hearts 2, which could be at 7:20 p.m. But in the meantime, there's just showers going through the Cascades right now. But that's after a line of showers and a few storms just to get through the Seattle-Tacoma area. Alright, folks, that's it for now. We'll come back to this in about an hour. But in the meantime, let's change gears to Kingdom Hearts 2. So let's get rolling right now. Let's play. Alright, now I'm going to switch gears right now. And now I really gotta take out my phone so that I can keep an eye on the chat while I play the game. Okay, there we go. Okay. I think I'm all set up right now. Okay. Now let me load the game. Here. Alright, now let me change the HDMI channel right now. Just give me a moment. Alright, now you guys won't be able to listen to music right now, because or gaming music or gaming sounds, because the fact that copyright infringement issues. Don't want to get a copyright strike as a result of which. Alright, let's do this. Seven Misunderstandings. Yeah, we could jump on rooftops now. Not really. Okay, we got a high potion. That's good. Yeah, we got. Yeah, I gotta pick up where I left off in the previous episode, which was back on Sunday. I wonder what they're up to now. You guy's a dick. Yeah, Destiny. Oh, that. Yeah, if he ever wants to be. Okay, there's a train right there. Yeah, let's do it. What the? Seriously? It was all just Roxas's imagination? I don't know. Just get your ass in the tray is what he said. Yeah, piss. The Haunted Mansion. Alright. Well, let's see about that. Looks. Oh, hold on a minute. I thought I hear background music. You know what, folks? I come to realize that background music can be picked up during the stream because I'm wearing earbuds. I can hear police. You. He said there's a hole, right? Now, where's that hole? Hate those bees. I don't know what hole are they talking about. It has to be somewhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend much of the stream just to look for some place to move on to. I mean, there's bound to be something. Okay, that's 4. Mansion beyond a hole in a wall and in the woods. Hole in the wall. Just gotta keep on looking, right? Yeah, I'm still looking. hole in that tram-cum wall that leads to the mansion. A hole in the wall, huh? Okay, I wonder what 4 means. There has to be something, though. There has to be something. Looks like it goes through, but I can't use it now. Okay, well, if that's true, yeah, I'm finding, hold on, let me mute the mic, folks. Let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back. Okay, that's 3. The usual spot. Let's just save real quick, just in case. Okay, well, if that's number 3, then where's number 2 and number 1? Okay, that's number 5. Yeah, I'm looking for something, folks. There has to be something, folks. And I mean something. Yeah, there's too many bees here. It's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. My name is Marlon. This is episode 3 of Kingdom Hearts 2. And right now I'm on the search for this hole in the wall in Tramscom. I have no idea what's going on, but there has to be something. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back. Let me see. There's always a lot of noise, folks. Yeah, I can't believe I have to walk in circles for this, folks. If I don't find anything within the next 10 minutes, I'll just look it up on how can I move on to the next one. To the next step, I mean. Check out the Haunted Mansion, right? I'll keep looking. Ah. Oh, there it is. The woods. An old mansion. It is, for sure. Yeah, more background music. Namine. It is 6:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 3 of Kingdom Hearts 2. And right now, well, we just entered the old mansion. And I want to know what's happening right now. I think that's Kairi right there. Okay, I see Sora, Goofy, and Donald. Wow. How? Jeez. I see. What about Riku? Sorry about that. What do you mean? Yeah. Ah, she's gone. Wow. Oh yeah. Yes. So I wonder what's gonna happen next. Yeah, as kids, yeah, that's not something to look forward to because no because we all know what happens after that if you're a kid again. Oh boy, it's Ansem. Hold on, let me mute the mic right now. All right, I'm back. Revenge? Well, because Sora kicked Ansem's ass. Fuck Ansem. 97%. Okay, so we're almost there. It took me a couple episodes just for me to beat Ansem once and for all. I don't think so. Yep. Riku. We gotta get Riku back along with King Mickey. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back. Okay, now it's showing three guys. It still looks like one of those negative political campaigns. Sora has committed treason. He has been he has been poisoning the world with his philosophy of Kingdom Hearts. I'm Ansem, and I approve this message. And we will beat the insolent, and we will have him submit. So he'll come. Open his heart. Oh boy. It looks like Ansem hasn't been shaken off of Sora's mind. And now Sora, he's about to enter a castle. Okay, so this is where we left off. Well, past the point where we left off. So much to see. Uh-oh, Heartless are back. Is that Riku? Yeah, what the hell is going on? Oh boy, he's part of Sora now. Okay, so this is the 6th day right now. So we're almost done with the whole week. Just need to get through the 7th day, which is after this one. What? Okay. This is becoming weird. Oh, so this is becoming bad. This is starting to become bad. Yep. Okay, now we're getting to the real part. Oh, let me talk over. Okay. Well, it looks like the place is deserted. For now. Okay, so now we got real problems to deal with. Yeah, but first I gotta kick their asses. Okay, so let's take care of these guys. Shit. Damn. Okay, let me heal myself for a little bit. Okay, excellent. Oh! Oh boy, now we're dealing with the... Damn it. It's like trying to kill a... It's a whole new bug. To me. I can swim. Excellent so far. Okay, so this time we still got a lot more fighting to do. Okay, what's going on now? Time is completely halted. Let me just save real quick. Excellent. Oh boy. Excellent. Next level. Defense increased. We'll go back to the back alley in just a moment. Just need to defeat those guys right now. Need more monies, need more health points and such. Excellent. It says go to the mansion. Okay. That means we gotta go back to that tramcom. Oh boy! Tram coming. Oh boy, I got more enemies to fight now. Well, on the bright side, it's just for me to gain more experience. Oh boy, this'll never end. Excellent, excellent. Excellent. Ah, damn. Got myself hit. Ah, man, I got hit. Excellent. Let me heal up. Oh boy. Let's screw this. Okay. So I guess we're gonna take care of things the hard way then. Okay, we're in the foyer. What the hell are those things? Sometimes they act like bugs. A type of bugs that I would usually avoid because they're so creepy. Excellent, we increased to level 5, that's good. High potion obtained. Can't go through here. We obtained a potion. Yeah, we got so many of those assholes to deal with. Can't believe all I'm doing is that I'm just clearing house. Okay, more potions. Wonder what to do there. We're at the library. Staring at the floor. 'Cause something's there. The symbol is drawn in 2 circles. You could continue the drawing it if you only had the right clue. Huh. Wonder what's going on. Symbols drawn in 2 circles. Symbols drawn in 2 circles. Okay. Staring at the floor. There is something, though. Alright. Ow. Okay, so that's the room where Namine was. 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. My name is Marlon. This is episode 3 of Kingdom Hearts 2. And right now we're in this mansion. And we're disembarking there. But apparently those drawings that Namine drew To me, they're like prophecies. And Roxas, well, there's something going on with Roxas right now. And he's wearing a cloak right now. The hell are you still doing here? What organization? The Akatsuki? Yeah, no, because that kind of reminds me of the Akatsuki from Naruto. If you guys haven't seen Naruto, Organization 13 is like equivalent to the Akatsuki, but they don't have the same, ambitions. Just similar. Okay, something's up. Yeah, dumbass. Dumbasses. They stole Namine. They keep on silencing her. Namine sketches. Map of the area. The mansion. Alright, now let's save real quick. Just so that we don't lose progress. And we only got about 16 minutes left until we transition to the weather. And it's a good thing we're here. In Namine's room. Because there's a lot of what we don't know that but we will know about. So you know. Okay. You know what? I'm getting tired of fighting those sons of bitches. The White Room. Excellent. Alright, the next enemy we encounter, ignore. Okay. There are a lot of enemies. Okay, we're in the library now. It looks like there's a basement under the library. Okay, we got a high potion. That's good. And look at what we have here. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back. What the hell is the Organization 13? More like the Akatsuki. Kingdom Hearts version of Akatsuki. Looks like as though Roxas is part of Organization 13, part of the Akatsuki. It looks like Riku's blindfolded and is wearing a cloak, part of Organization 13. Okay. Oh, he's breaking it. Roxas is breaking the computer. Okay, let's save real quick. This probably won't ever work again, you damn right. You don't know what this device is. That's to the library. And what is this? Looks like someone's data. And this is an unknown location. Okay, so this is getting serious, folks. Defeat all the strange enemies. Alright, excellent. Well, half of them are defeated, but I still have a lot of enemies to crush. Okay, gotta defeat them right now. Okay, swimming through the floors, kind of like Senor Pink's moves. Yeah, Senor Pink is from One Piece, just so you know. Axel. Okay, so now we're getting to the more serious part. Okay. Here we go. Hold on, just a minute. So sorry about that, folks. Too much background noise that never stops. Axel. Dude, take a chill pill. Okay, so now let's save real quick. Just need to find, well, not through that door because I want to go back to the computer room and save real quick. Okay, and now let's go back to that room, the basement hall. Not in the mood to fight right now. I'm all tired up. Let's go to the mysterious room. What is this? Oh boy, Donald, Goofy. Where's Sora? I've been using a while. Donald's sleeping. Goofy's sleeping. Okay, let's go to the mysterious room right now. Destroy Organization 13? Then why are you with Ansem? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Nah, you're wasting your time. Dude, you're wasting your time. Wait until the real enemy shows up. Yeah, he's tired. He's all beat up from all the fighting. Hell no. What the hell is this? Hey, that's Sora. Over. Yep. Okay, now we're getting to the real deal of Kingdom Hearts 2. This was nothing more than a short prologue throughout the past, 3 episodes of Kingdom Hearts. So now where are we going? Hey, King Mickey! Oh, but he had to dress himself as part of Organization 13 in order to infiltrate and find out their motives. Donald? Sorry about that. Oh wow, a lot of background music. Alright guys, looks like the 3 of them have been reunited. But I wonder what was the whole point of them being inside those 3 vats. Yeah, that's a good question. Think Namine. Yeah. I mean, that's the girl, but they don't know it. Alright. I can use Goofy. Okay, so now that we managed to get through all this. Alright, guys. We were asleep this whole time. You still... These... Jiminy's journal. Okay. Don't go back to the mansion. We may fall asleep again. Besides... Okay. Let me see where we are right now. Okay. Journal. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have time to read all of this. I mean, I got, stuff to do. I got weather to do, and then the weather topic of the day, and then a lot of things afterwards. Well, we can always check back. 1952, 2 weeks of vacation? Are you serious, Goofy? Captain of the Royal Knights. Like Sora, Goofy had fallen into a deep slumber. He doesn't remember why he was sleeping, but he's thoroughly refreshed after sleeping so well. Who can say what's in store for our 3 reunited friends? Donald, Royal Court Magician. Like Sora, Donald had fallen into a deep slumber, but woke up moments before Sora did. They're happy to be united after all this time, but what lies ahead? And last but not least, Sora. So, Sora, the chosen hero of the Keyblade, who not long ago saved the world of all worlds. He has been deep asleep in a mysterious mansion with his friends Donald and Goofy. It looks like he's grown a few inches while he's been napping. More like a few years. Story. Guided by... Oh, so that's it then. Guided by a voice calling out to him, Sora awoke in a mysterious old mansion. He must have been sleeping there for a long time, but he couldn't remember a thing. Album, message, thank Namine. Treasures. Looks like we're not going to be able to get there. Maps. Okay. And character links. So we got Donald. Yeah, I think this is a similar thing, turns out. I mean, I'm not going to read the whole thing, though, like I said. Ansem. Okay. Jiminy. Character files, other, selfie, from Final Fantasy VIII, Jiminy Cricket, Pinocchio 1940, and Pluto from 1930. Abilities. Okay, let's see what we can do. We can do scan. Let's see, Goofy. Well, nothing much for Goofy. He's already equipped. Donald. Also equipped as well. Items. Oh, you already got potions. And the stock is there. Alright guys. Come on. Really? Oh, those guys are sleeping. And this is Sora. Well, how'd you know that was Roxas? Yeah. Really? Oh, that's King Mickey. Nice. Uh, uh, yeah, it's a good thing we ran into you guys because we have no idea what. I mean, that's what Sora would say. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow in the next episode. But in the meantime, let's just save real quick. All right, and then we'll pick up where we left off tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're going to transition to the weather right now. So let's go ahead and do that. But just let me switch gears right now on the HDMI channel. Oh, okay. Now that I'm here, now let's change the scene to here. Okay, so now that it's close to 7:30 right now, and might as well just make this quick because I got a lot of things to do, folks. Like after the stream, I mean, it'll only take about 45 minutes of your time by just going through the weather right now. Okay. So what's going on in the United States? So, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings are in Virginia, North Carolina, Colorado, and Nebraska. 4 special marine warnings in Virginia, North Carolina, and well, just those 2 states. 6 special weather statements in North Carolina, Colorado, California, and also 2 flash flood warnings, and they're both in Canada. We got 1 high wind warning, and that's in the center of Washington State. 1 extreme heat warning in the Mojave Desert, and as well as southern Nevada, like Las Vegas, Clark County, which is home to Las Vegas, and 5 air quality alerts in. Well, 1 in Riverside, and places throughout the eastern part of the outskirts of LA, just right around Riverside County. Yeah, the smog is a total issue. It's a total bitch. And let's see what we got elsewhere. There are plenty of smog throughout the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth. Check the last one, and there's plenty of smoke coming from Canada. If you guys haven't noticed, but we'll get to that right now. So let's check the satellite real quick, and let's see what we got. Let me play the animation for you guys, just so that you guys know what I'm talking about. Well, just so you know, folks, I mean, this is smoke coming from Canada. And let me change the upper level water vapor imagery. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. Yeah, it's smoke. Check the low-level water vapor imagery. I mean, so far it's plenty of dry air. Plenty of smoke. But anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about, folks. Okay, so I already talked about air quality alerts, smog, 49 flood warnings scattered throughout the country, but I'll see what I can do about that. And one red flag warning located in the Lake Tahoe, Reno, Carson City region of Nevada, and parts of the Sierra Nevadas in California. Yeah, because they haven't gotten much rain in days. Let's start off in the Northeast, where you do have plenty of wet weather to go around throughout much of New England, upstate New York, and as well as scattered showers and storms that are leaving Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and as well as parts of Long Island and parts of the New York City area. But yet there's plenty of pop-up showers and a few storms in the southern part of New Jersey and eastern and central Pennsylvania, and as well as western New York. And what about in the mid-Atlantic? Well, we do have plenty of pop-up showers in some parts of the Delmarva Peninsula, and as well as eastern and Virginia and western Virginia too. And there's plenty of wet weather now moving towards the coastal part of North Carolina, with the severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued, along with 2 special marine warnings and a special weather statement there, indicating thunderstorms, small hail, and damaging winds, choppy waters in the Outer Banks. Yet there's still plenty of wet weather to go around throughout the busy parts of North Carolina, like Greensboro, like Ashboro, and Boone, North Carolina, Johnson City, Tennessee. We'll get to that in a moment. There's dry weather throughout South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and much of Tennessee. Just a few showers on the northeastern corner of the state. Florida, it's quite calm in the northern half of Florida, but South Florida, they have some scattered showers and storms present, but it's only located throughout places like Punta Gorda, Cape Coral, and Fort Pierce, West Palm Beach. And now let's take a look at what's going on elsewhere. We got nothing much going on in Arkansas and Louisiana. And let's take a look. Oklahoma is mostly in the clear. And what we got is that we got scattered showers and storms around the San Antonio area, the Gulf Coast, the central Gulf Coast of Texas, near Victoria, Texas, and as well as the western part of Texas, with some scattered showers, but nothing widespread though, and just a little bit in the in the southern part of the Panhandle of Texas. Let's go to the Ohio Valley. Kentucky, they are still experiencing some pop-up showers and storms there. They're spreading southeast. The rest of the Ohio Valley, like Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, they're clear. Michigan and Wisconsin, clear. Minnesota, clear. Yet they're experiencing some dry weather there because of the smog that's coming from Canada as a result of the wildfires there. Dry weather is present in Iowa. Just some scattered clouds and showers near Kansas City and western Missouri. Yep, they've grown into thunderstorms. Let's go to Kansas and Nebraska, where eastern part of Nebraska, they have thunderstorms there in Lincoln and Omaha, and some pop-up showers and thunderstorms near Wichita and near Topeka. and especially throughout southern Kansas. Nothing widespread though. In the Dakotas, I would say everything's clear. Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming, they're clear for the mostly clear for the most part. Just some few showers in southern Idaho, I think. Let me see. Yeah, just southwest of Twin Falls, and in the southern edge of Wyoming, just a little bit of some showers, clouds. But in Colorado, well, there's plenty of showers and storms around the Rockies, part of Colorado, especially in Colorado Springs, Denver, Fort Collins, Boulder, Vail, and in Durango, Colorado. Yeah, it's pop-up showers are just north of Grand Junction. Utah looking very, very stormy right now in the southern half of the state, near Cedar City, going to St. George. Some scattered clouds in northeastern Utah. There's plenty of pop-up showers and storms in the southern part of Nevada, but just north of Las Vegas. But Las Vegas may have a few clouds present. In New Mexico, plenty of showers and storms, pop-ups throughout much of the state. Places like Albuquerque, Santa Fe. But no warnings, though, have been issued yet. Arizona, plenty of showers, scattered showers and clouds, a few storms throughout parts of Arizona. California, you got some showers and storms, but only just one special weather statement in Yosemite National Park, along with some red flag warnings, but it's not. But that indicates that that type of rain won't be enough or may not do any good in those type of areas stricken by drought. Elsewhere throughout California, you have some wet weather that's located in San Diego with some scattered clouds and showers there, especially in the southern part of the southern tier of the state, especially outside of the LA area, Riverside County. And elsewhere throughout the Golden State, not much. Oregon is basically in the clear, though Washington State do have some showers that are dissipating as it goes up in elevation. Just a few showers is still present just outside of Seattle. But elsewhere it's clear. Alright, now let's transition to what's going on temperature-wise. And let's switch gears to right here. Okay, just let me get this fixed right now. Let me refresh the page. Alright. Okay, there we go. I hope everything's alright on my end. Okay, so what do we got in terms of wind? So, we got a surface low that's just near Maine on the Canadian side. And therefore, New England, much of New England, just anywhere west of Maine, have winds that are coming from the southwest on the northern side, southern side coming from the west. Maine winds are coming from the ocean, blowing towards the northwest. Wind direction, wind speed, it's calmer throughout much of Maine, but winds are up to 30 miles an hour throughout the rest of New England, and as well as the Hudson Valley. Yeah, in upstate New York, and New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and even parts of Long Island, they have winds coming from the northwest, blowing around up to 25 miles per hour. Some gusts, we'll talk about that soon. And in the mid-Atlantic, like Delmarva Peninsula, winds are coming from the northwest, blowing around 20 miles an hour. The rest of Maryland, and eastern West Virginia, and the Appalachian part of Virginia, you have winds blowing around up to 30 miles an hour coming from the northwest. Western West Virginia, winds are generally coming from the northwest, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. And the coastal part of Virginia, winds are blowing from the northwest at up to 20 miles an hour. Now, what about temperatures? So temperatures are in the 50s in Maine, especially with northern New England, like Vermont and New Hampshire, temperatures are in the 40s to low 50s. Southern New England, temperatures are in the 50s. Upstate New York, temperatures are in the 40s to low 50s. But however, in the Hudson Valley, temperatures are in the mid 50s. New York City, 59. Long Island, just a little chilly, up to 55 or so. That's just my estimate. New Jersey, also in the upper 50s. And in Pennsylvania, temperatures range from the upper 40s to mid 50s there. Delmarva Peninsula, temperatures are in the upper 50s to low 60s, along with the western part of Maryland. West Virginia, they're in the 50s to low 60s. Virginia, also in the in the upper 50s to upper 60s there. The Carolinas, winds are generally coming from the west. They're blowing at no more than 25 miles an hour. The strongest winds are in the northwestern part of North Carolina. Their temperatures they are around the 60s to mid 70s there. Georgia, winds are coming from the northwest, blowing towards the east at no more than 20 miles an hour. The temperatures are in the 70s there. Check Florida. So Florida, winds are moving at no more than 25 miles an hour. Most of the Sunshine State, winds are coming from the Gulf. And temperature-wise, they're in the 70s to mid-80s there. Tennessee, winds are very light and variable to the west, a little stronger, but up to 25 miles an hour in some areas. Coming from the west, though, temperature-wise, they're in the 70s. Just a little cooler in the upper 60s in eastern Tennessee because of the elevation. Alabama and Mississippi, winds are very light there, with winds generally coming from the west or northwest, but on the southern tips of Alabama and Mississippi, they're coming from the Gulf. Temperature-wise, they're in the 70s. Arkansas also in the 70s, so with light and variable winds. Louisiana also light and variable with temperatures in the 70s to low 80s. Texas, you have let's see, Panhandle of Texas. Okay, so there is a surface low there, just right around between the Panhandle and the northern part of Texas, where you see the spin is moving counterclockwise, but it's light and variable throughout much of the state. But the strongest winds are in western and southern Texas, blowing at no more than 30 miles an hour, just so you know, folks, especially along the coast. So winds are coming from the north, and the temperatures are in the 80s in the Panhandle, western Texas. Temperatures are also in the 80s to low 90s there, blowing towards the west. In southern Texas, temperatures are in the 80s there, with winds coming from the Gulf, blowing towards the north. Eastern Texas, temperatures are in the 80s, along with northern Texas. Winds are coming from the Gulf in Houston, but they become light and variable as winds move toward inland. And winds are very light and variable in the northeastern corner of Texas. Oklahoma, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s there, with winds generally moving, well, throughout much of the state. They're moving from the south to the northeast. On the Panhandle of Oklahoma, winds are coming from the southeast. But speed-wise, they're blowing at no more than 25 miles an hour. Mostly light and variable throughout half of the state, with temperatures in the 70s to low 80s there. Ohio Valley. Sorry about that. See what we got. So, in the Ohio Valley, winds are generally coming from Michigan. They're blowing towards the southeast. And winds are stronger in Indiana, and they're blowing it up to 25 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, they're in the upper 60s to low 70s. In Kentucky, okay, never mind about the whole turning off the mic part. Okay, so Ohio, winds light and variable on the northern side. Temperatures are in the mid 50s to low 60s. Indiana, Similar story, though. Temperatures are in the mid 50s to mid 60s there. Illinois, you got winds coming from Lake Michigan, blowing around 25 miles an hour, but winds in the southern part of the and western part of the state, you have winds coming from the west, converging throughout the center part of the state, moving towards the southeast. So we got places like Chicago, they're at 53 degrees, 77 in Peoria, 79 in Springfield. Let's go to Michigan, where winds are stronger, but they only blow up to 30 miles an hour throughout the northern part of the lower peninsula of Michigan, as well as the eastern part of upper peninsula of Michigan. Temperature-wise in the lower peninsula, they're in the 50s to mid-60s. Upper peninsula temperatures are in the 50s. Wisconsin, winds are coming from the northwest in Michigan. Winds are coming from the north in Wisconsin. They're stronger in the northeastern corner of the state, blowing up to 25 miles an hour. Lighter in the southern part of the state, light and variable. Temperature-wise, they're in the upper 50s to low 70s, mid 50s to low 70s there. Let's check Minnesota, where winds are coming from the north, blowing at up to 25 miles an hour in a few areas, but very light and calm. The temperatures, they are in the northern half of the state. They're in the mid 50s to mid 70s there, and the lower part of the state, they're in the 70s. Iowa, winds generally coming from the north. They're blowing at no more than 20 miles per hour, with temperatures in the 70s. Missouri, winds, they're shifting towards the east from the north in the northern half of the state, but the southern part of the state, they're coming from the southwest, blowing towards the east. Winds are stronger, just west, right between the Columbia and St. Louis, blowing up to 20 miles an hour, along with Kirksville. Elsewhere, it's calm. Temperature-wise, they're in the 70s to mid-80s there. You got places like Kansas and Nebraska, where winds are blowing from the north. In Nebraska, the winds are strongest, up to 30 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, in Kansas, they're in the 70s to low 80s. Nebraska, 70s. The Dakotas, winds are generally coming from the northwest, blowing towards the south. Stronger winds are blowing up to 25 miles an hour in the border between North and South Dakotas. South Dakota temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s, and North Dakota temperatures are in the 70s to mid 80s. Winds are calmer on the western side of the Dakotas, along with eastern Montana, in which it is where you find the surface high. In Montana, you have eastern Montana blowing winds coming from the southeast, blowing towards the north. Western Montana coming from the southwest, blowing towards the north as well, but strongest winds are in the northern part of Montana, blowing up to 30 miles an hour, a little higher in a few areas. Eastern part of the state, temperatures are in the 70s to mid 80s. Western part of the state, mid 70s to upper 80s. Idaho, winds are generally coming from the southwest, blowing at maximum around 30 miles an hour, a little higher in a few areas like the northern part of Idaho. Temperature-wise, in the northern part of Idaho, temperatures are in the 70s to low to mid 80s there. Southern part of the state, mid 80s to mid 90s. Wyoming, winds are coming from, western part of the state, they're coming from the west, shifting towards the southeast. And the eastern side, winds are generally coming from the northeast, shifting towards the south. Strongest winds are up to 20 miles an hour in some areas, but elsewhere it's very calm. Temperature-wise, they're in the 70s to low 80s. Let's go to Colorado, where you have winds generally blowing from the north. And in a few areas, there are strong winds blowing at up to 25 miles an hour. But in the southern part of the state, winds are coming from the north, but they're very light, though. Temperatures like Denver 73, Alamosa 79, 70 in Colorado Springs, 93 in Grand Junction. Utah, winds are generally coming from the northwest, blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour in a few areas. Elsewhere, it's quite light and variable. Temperature-wise, they're in the northern half of the state. They're in the upper 70s to upper 80s there. The southern part of the state, mid 80s to low hundreds. What do we have for in Nevada? Okay, so the northern half of the state, winds are coming from the west, shifting towards the south. But in the southern part of the state, winds are coming from the southwest, and they're becoming lighter. Stronger winds are in the western edge of Nevada. They're blowing up to 30 miles an hour, a little higher in a few areas. Temperature-wise, in the northern half of the state, they're in the 80s to low 90s, but in Las Vegas and the rest of southern Nevada, temperatures are in the upper 90s to mid-hundreds. The desert southwest, you have New Mexico with winds in the southern side coming from the south generally, and they're blowing towards the northeast, but on the northwestern corner of the state, winds are coming from the northwest, shifting towards back to the north. Temperature-wise, they are in the 80s there in the mountains, just a little lower, like Alpine at 64. Southern part of the state, they're in the upper 80s to low 90s there. Arizona, places like Flagstaff, it's at 77 degrees, 91 in Kingman. Temperatures in the southern part of the state, they are in the mid 90s to low hundreds, with winds coming from the southwest in the southern half of the state, moving at around up to 20 miles an hour. But in the northern half of the state, winds are coming from the northwest, shifting towards the east. But of course, however, the winds in the northeastern part, southeastern part of Arizona, they're coming from the southeast, shifting towards the northeast. California, winds are stronger offshore, paralleling but heading down south along California coast, paralleling the California coast, I should say. Some winds are entering through the Bay Area, and other winds in Southern California, they're blowing towards LA, through the basin, and through the Mojave Desert. Strongest winds are on the northeastern part of California, with winds up to 30 miles an hour, a little higher in a few areas, especially north of LA. But in the northern half of the state, once the winds leave California, they move towards the northeast. Southern California, similar story. But temperature-wise, 102 in Indio, 70 in San Diego, 82 in LA, 106 in Fresno and Bakersfield. Temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s in San Jose, 104 in Sacramento and Redding, Chico at 102 and 61 in Eureka. Now let's go to the Pacific Northwest, where you have onshore winds. Winds that are actually coming from the ocean, and in the immediate coastal part of the Pacific Northwest, winds are at least 30 miles an hour there. But once inland, they start slowing down. They're coming from the northwest, blowing towards the Cascades, moving through the mountains, slowing down. But after they cross into the Cascades, into the leeward side there, winds accelerate, and they start moving in some places up to 40 to 50 miles per hour, in places like Washington State, moving towards the northeast. But in Oregon, up to 40 miles an hour, blowing towards the east. Temperature-wise, in Oregon, they range from 68 in Eugene to 84 in Burns and Lakeview. And in Washington State, temperatures range from 61 in Seattle to 84 in Spokane. Let's take a look at gusts. You got stronger gusts in the northeast, northwesterly winds in some areas of the northeast. They're blowing past 50 miles per hour in a few areas. Way higher in in eastern Massachusetts with up to 70, 80 miles per hour of gusts, and up to 60 miles per hour in a few areas throughout throughout the mid-Atlantic portion of the Appalachian Mountains, like West Virginia, Western Maryland, southern Pennsylvania, all the way down towards the Smoky Mountains. And let's take a look at the gusts. Well, the center part of the country, winds are actually blowing around 40 miles per hour from the north. In New Mexico, winds are blowing past 40, a little bit near 60 miles per hour, with winds generally coming from the south. And gusty winds in west, west southwesterly gusts in the Lake Tahoe, Carson City, Reno region of the country, and the leeward side of the Cascades. They're getting very gusty winds there. Past 60, 80, or oftentimes a few areas near 100 miles per hour. From the west, though, as it crosses the Cascades. Humidity. Plenty of humidity throughout much of the Northeast, particularly in New England and in southern New Jersey and the Philadelphia area, as well as eastern North Carolina, the Smoky Mountains, southeastern Kansas, and even the windward side of the Cascades in the Pacific Northwest, and even parts of Florida. Rainfall accumulation, so let's get to it. Well, not much rain is going on, but wherever there is, like northern New England, you may have some rain accumulation that's estimated to be about an inch of rain there. Oklahoma, up to about 2 inches or 3 in a few areas. South Florida, about 3 to 6 inches, 3 to 5 inches of rain there in the Charlotte Harbor area. Now let's switch gears to here. And what do we got? Well, folks, let me refresh the page to go to here. So we do have a trough that's over the Northeast, and a small trough. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so like I said, there's a trough, an upper level low that's over the Northeast. A small one just over the Great Plains. As well as a dip in the jet stream over the Pacific Northwest and the Canadian side. And an upper level low just located near Baja California on the northern side. There's a ridge that's over the northern Rockies, which means that there's wet weather throughout parts of the Northeast, all the way down to the Carolinas, especially some showers. Well, I wouldn't be too confident about that, like in the Great Plains. I mean, after what we're seeing right now. Alright, now, what's next? Let's see what happens tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, there's still going to be a trough just over the Northeast and Quebec. And another one in the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest. Which means there could be wet weather in the northern part of the West and the desert Southwest. And as well as the East Coast. Florida. Monday night. A ridge will occur over the Mississippi and Ohio valleys. A trough will remain over the Northeast, an upper level low just near California, and another trough just over central Canada. which means wet weather could occur throughout the Rockies, parts of the Great Plains, Northern Plains, and even still some more rain throughout New England, going down towards the Outer Banks. And finally, by Tuesday night, a ridge will happen throughout the Mid-Atlantic. An upper level low just over the Colorado River Valley and the Gulf of California. And a dip in the jet stream will occur throughout central Canada, which means there could be wet weather throughout central part of the country and the desert southwest. Now let's move on to Radar Omega right now. So let's go here. What do we got? Take a look at the models. So for tomorrow morning, very warm lows throughout South Florida, coastal Texas, desert Southwest, and even Central Valley, California. Chilly lows throughout the Great Lakes, interior Northeast, and the Pacific Northwest, and parts of the Rockies. Plenty of hot weather throughout Texas, parts of the desert Southwest like New Mexico, Northern Plains, Central Valley, California, and parts of the Great Basin. Chilly temperatures will be in the interior portion of New England. Hold on a minute, folks. All right, I'm back. We still got plenty of warm temperatures throughout South Florida, Texas, and parts of the Great Plains region, the South, and even parts of the desert Southwest and Northern California, but very chilly temperatures in the northwestern portion of the country. Things are slowly warming up throughout the Great Lakes region and the Northeast, in the interior portion of which. Monday night, plenty of hot weather throughout the Great Plains in Texas and parts of Florida, in the Southeast, desert Southwest, Central Valley, California too, and chilly temperatures throughout the Northern Rockies. Tuesday morning, plenty of warm lows throughout the South, Mississippi Valley, Southern Plains, and even parts of the desert Southwest and Northern California. Very chilly temperatures throughout the Great Basin and the Northern Rocky and the Rocky Mountains, and chilly temperatures in the Northern Plains and parts of the Pacific Northwest and the coastal side. And finally, plenty of heat throughout places like part of Texas, except for the Panhandle, desert Southwest, and Central Valley, California. Plenty of heat would start building up throughout places like the Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes region, Ohio Valley, and the South Mid-Atlantic. Chilly temperatures will be in the Rockies. Very warm on the leeward side of the Cascades. But there's going to be a cold front that's going to be moving in throughout the Great Plains, which it'll bring cooler weather. But all this ahead of the cold front will lead to heat waves. It's going to get hot there. Moisture. Plenty of moisture throughout much of the south, but southern Florida and southern Texas will get a lot of it. plenty of humidity. It would start moving up towards the Great Plains and the western side of the Mississippi, and even parts of California too, and even parts of the desert Southwest. What about tomorrow night? So by tomorrow night, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout parts of the desert Southwest and parts of California, as well as the Great Plains, the South, Florida, Mid-Atlantic. Dry air start moving in towards the Northeast. What about Monday morning? Monday morning, plenty of humidity to go around throughout the South and Southern Plains, Mid-Atlantic, Florida and Texas, and even Mississippi Valley, and even the desert Southwest. Now, what about Monday night? Monday night, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout the entire South, Great Plains, Mississippi Valley, and even parts of the East Coast. And just a little bit of moisture will remain throughout the desert Southwest, just a little bit in the Bay Area. By Tuesday morning, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout the South, Mississippi Valley, Central Plains. A little bit of humidity starts building up throughout the Northeast. And just a little bit of humidity remains in the desert Southwest. Finally, Tuesday night, a lot of humidity will be located throughout the South, and heavily concentrated amount of humidity will be all over the Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes region and the Ohio Valley, and as well as parts of the Northeast too. All of it because there's dry air moving in because of a cold front. It's moving in on Tuesday afternoon. Just a little bit of moisture throughout the desert Southwest, but not as much as before. And even the West Coast might get some moisture. Let's check the Cape. Let me just relax, folks, for a little bit. Okay, so what about Cape? So Cape, plenty of Cape throughout Florida, Texas, Sierra Nevadas, parts of the Rockies. Worst of the Cape will be in Florida, Southern Plains in Texas, Lower Mississippi Valley, Great Basin, Rocky Mountains, parts of the desert Southwest, and parts of California too. And even the Northern Plains. Monday morning, there will be more convection in South Florida. Still some convection throughout Texas and the Southern Plains and the desert Southwest. Monday night, a huge dose of convection in the Great Plains. This is a little bit in Florida and the Mississippi Valley, parts of the Great Basin and desert Southwest. Plenty of Cape, well, just a little bit of Cape in the southeastern part of the country. Especially throughout parts of the Great Plains, Texas, southern Texas too. Finally, plenty of Cape throughout Texas, much of Texas, Gulf Coast, Mississippi Valley, and even just a little bit in the desert Southwest. But yet, like I said, cold front moving in. Tuesday night. Precipitation. By tomorrow morning, showers will only be limited to the interior part of the Northeast. South Florida with some storms, as well as Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Spotty showers throughout parts of the desert Southwest, and stray showers in California and the Pacific Northwest. Tomorrow night, still some rain, plenty of rain throughout northern New England, Carolinas, Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, as well as lower the mouth of the Mississippi in Louisiana. We'll get some storms, as well as parts of Texas, the Rocky Mountains, parts of the Great Basin, desert Southwest. Get a lot of storms, and parts of California too, and even just a little bit in the Pacific, the leeward side of the Cascades. Just want to make sure. Okay, so by Monday morning, there's going to be some showers in Maine. Storms, parts of Florida. Scattered showers and storms throughout Texas and Oklahoma. Northern Plains, Northern Rockies. Parts of the Great Basin and the desert Southwest. Stray showers throughout parts of California and Oregon. Just a few showers throughout western New York, near New England. Plenty of some storms in Florida, western Texas, western plains, plus the northern plains too, with a lot of storms. Rocky Mountains, and even a few snow showers in the northern Rockies in some areas. Parts of the Great Basin and parts of the desert Southwest. We'll get some storms. Tuesday morning. Showers throughout parts of the Northeast, particularly in the New York City area, the Hudson Valley, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Plenty of storms throughout parts of the Gulf Coast and the central part of the country. We'll get lots of storms, and even some places in the Rockies will get a little bit of taste of winter, even though it'll be June. Wintry mix like freezing rain and sleet. Some areas, a few areas, stray showers throughout the west coast and the immediate coastal areas. Finally, Tuesday night, plenty of storms throughout Florida, the rest of the Gulf Coast. And look at that very, very, very convincing cold front throughout the Great Plains of Mississippi and northern Mississippi Valley. Could produce some severe weather there, as well as some storms throughout the desert Southwest and parts of the Great Basin and the southern Rockies. A few areas in the northern Rockies may get some wintry weather. Now let's check some snowfall. So in the next few days, there's only going to be snow in the Rockies, with only up to, I'd say about up to 8 inches of snow in western Wyoming, up to 4 inches northern Wyoming. Throughout Montana, some places that will get snow will only get as much as about probably 4 to 8 inches of snow there, but nothing widespread though. Okay, so now let's talk about the weather topic of the day. So, what do we got the weather topic of the day for? Okay. Let me turn back to here. So basically, the weather topic of the day is what happens to a baseball game. What happens to the baseball field when it rains? Well, here it is. When it rains on a baseball field, several things can happen, including the field becoming soggy and potentially unplayable, and the game being delayed or even postponed. The rain can make the infield dirt too wet and compacted, leading to difficulties for players on the ball. Initial effects of rain include soggy infield, compacted dirt, reduced traction, standing water, and pitching problems. Actions to be taken in order to address the rain include delay of game or suspension of game, field preparation, tarping, maintenance, and drying agents like calcined clay. And finally, factors affecting field recovery include rain intensity and duration, weather conditions, soil composition, and field condition. Alright, folks, that's it for the weather topic of the day. But as a resident of the New York City area, well, hopefully we won't get any wet weather in any baseball game. But so far, I would say that we're not getting any interruptions baseball game. For example, like the Mets, yeah, they're not getting rained on right now, as you can see right now. Alright, folks, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And until then, peace out, everybody. Hit me with a follow so that and turn on the notifications so that you guys will know I'll be streaming the next time. Maybe there's a surprise stream in the early afternoon. Who knows? But don't count on that. It'll be 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. We'll continue with Kingdom Hearts 2, Episode 4. Alright? Love you all, everybody. Peace out, everybody. Take care of yourself. Stay safe out there and each other. And until then, signing out.